The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for joining our webinar today. Today we're going to be talking about what we're calling a day in the life of a field worker in the electrical industry. This is going to be kind of interesting. We're going to basically walk through what the daily workload is like for workers in this area and figure out how we can do things to enhance their effectiveness and make them more productive in the field. Now, while we'll be talking specifically about workers in the electrical field, electricians, maybe systems installers, security installers, that kind of thing, some of these things may be beneficial to other industries, but specifically we're going to be focusing on electrical and system installers today. The event will be recorded, so if you need to jump off early or if you want to share this event with any of your teammates or your friends or colleagues, you will receive a recorded version of this event after the event is over, and you'll be able to share that. You'll be able to view that on demand at any time you want. Also, if you have questions during today, please write them down in the Q&A widget, which is on your webinar screen. If you ask the question, we will save those till the end. We're going to go about 30 minutes. So we're going to go total about 30 minutes. So we'll do about 25 minutes of presentation, and we'll save 5 or 8 minutes at the end for questions, to answer those questions. Also, if you're having any kind of technical difficulties or need to chat with somebody, there's a chat feature on your screen that will allow you to chat with myself or the presenter, the primary presenter, or even any of the attendees. You can chat with everybody. So if you need to chat, go ahead and click the chat feature and do so there. So today we're going to have Jonathan Humphrey present the information. He is a regional sales director here at Axoff. Now, Jonathan has had 20+ years of experience helping customers solve their issues, solve their needs through software solutions. And so he's got a lot of experience dealing with people in the industries we're talking about today, and providing software solutions and communication solutions to them, different technology solutions. He's helped with numerous field deployments in the service industry, and also has a degree in business from the University of Phoenix. So he's been around. He's talked to quite a few customers and should give us some great information. Jonathan, how are you today? And thank you for joining and helping us out today.
Yes, awesome. Doing great. Thank you, Ken, for the introduction, and thank you for everybody that is attending today. We're really excited about this industry. Like Ken said, we work in a lot of different industries. We make an impact in many different customers day in and day out, including over 6,100 current customers that are using us at this time. But we're really excited about the electrical industry because we really think that industry, for what we do, fits perfectly into what we do. So I think that you will learn a lot today as far as what Mobile Workforce Plus can do for your business, but even more importantly, knowing that you have a company that you can depend on and a product that's always going to be there for you. So I think it's really a nice fit for the electrical industry. So like Ken said, my name is Jonathan. I'm a regional sales director here at Axoff. Been in the software industry for a long time. Worked with many different customers to get them from point A to point B when it comes to digital transformation. So feel confident that me and many people on my staff can really get you to that point. This is a daunting experience, I know, to get something from a paper process over to a digital transformation process, but we're here to help you, and we'll go through exactly how we can help you deploy this type of software once you become interested, which I'm sure you will. So what is Mobile Workforce Plus? Really what we are is we're a digital solution that helps managers oversee various operations and monitor their mobile team. We have a centralized dashboard that can integrate with all of your job data, all under the one platform, that single platform that you can use to manage your field staff. The company is here for is to help you manage your field staff while they're outside of the company premises. With our solution, we have an end-to-end cloud-based software that provides faster and greater visibility into business operations. With our tools and features, your business can be smarter, more efficient, and more successful. We streamline the daily management of your mobile workforce, including your fleet, including any assets that you have in the field. And we insist your company on being more successful and really seeing what's going on out in the field. We're hopefully, with our product and with your business, we're going to help your business be more productive. We're going to uncover ways to boost your profits. What we really want to do is lower expenses and get your revenue up higher than what it is now. With this type of solution and becoming more efficient, what would it mean for each one of your electricians to get that extra job every day, or 2 or 3 jobs more in a week? So that's kind of where we're going with this. We really know a lot of the current problems that the electricians and system installers are having out in the field. It could be, they need all the information, they need schematics, they need, information that they have in one place so that they can do their job better. They need forms that they can see in a digital environment so that they can go out and know who they're going to talk to, what they're going to accomplish when they're at that job, and how they can really get through their job in the most efficient way possible and look very professional while they're doing it. They're representing your company, so you always want to make sure that that brand is being presented by your people in the best way possible. A single solution like our mobile app, and then in the background, our portal is the way that you can do that. With the common problems that we have inside the electrical space, we're really seeing the people not being able to optimize their schedules. They're wasting time driving into work to pick up things, to clock in. They're staying on jobs maybe too long in our view. They're really wasting time while they're on the clock. So with our type of solution, what we're going to give you is an ability to see kind of where everybody's at, making sure that the most productive as they can, and also give you the ability to track assets, track equipment, things like that. What we really want to do is not just hold our people accountable, but we also want to show them how they can go through their day more efficiently and get more done. So these are just some of the things that are in our technicians or in our electricians' daily routine. They're out there filling out forms. They're trying to keep track of their clock. How long were they on this site? How long were they at this job? When did they get to work? When did they leave? How can I set up my route throughout the day so that I can get home to my family in the fastest amount of time? So that route optimization is important. How do I get information from my office when I need it? Do I have to get on a call? Do I have to wait? Do I have to, wait on hold? Those type of things. Or can I just send a quick message within our app over to somebody and get an answer quick, or get some material that I really need so that I can get this job done and get on to my next one? How am I receiving my jobs every day? Do I have to pick up a paper at work, or can I just get it on my device? I don't want to call in for a mobile payment. I want to take this on my tablet. That's what I've got it here for, and make it really quick and seamless for my customers, but me as well. What we do is we give them one mobile app that can do all of these things, and we give your administrators and the owners, we give them a portal to be able to manage the field as well. So we do all of that in one solution. So it's really, really exciting to have that, kind of one throat to choke kind of a thing, but we have a lot of features within this that a lot of people will find a good need for. So when it comes to some of the features that we can provide your staff out in the field, and then also the admin as well, one of those is mobile timekeeping. So with this, we can have people clock in and out in the field. They do not need to come into the office to clock in and out. They can clock in and out on their devices. They can do it automatically through geofencing and alerts and things like that. So when they get on site, it automatically clocks them in and clocks them out when they leave. Or we could have a manual process where they can get onto their device, clock in, clock out, start break, end break, do those type of things. What it will do for your employees out in the field is give them a much better way to kind of keep track of their time. They can keep track of it so that they can, at the end of the week, know exactly where they're at, if they're hourly, or how much job they put in throughout the week when they go to have to bill customers in an industrial setting. And what we're really looking for also on the admin side is twofold. One, we're going to have more accurate data coming back from the field. There's no guessing, I got in at such and such a time. We'll know exactly when they got in time and when they left as well. So we're going to have that accuracy, which will save on revenue. It will make sure that our people know they're getting paid properly. But also, too, the second part of that is that flow of information. So not only can I go into the portal and see if John Smith is clocked in right now, when he clocked out, when he left for the day, those type of things, but I can also see who's on right now. Who's the person that's on the clock right now, because I've got this emergency order that just came in and I need to get it to somebody. So it gives you a really good indication of where everybody is with tracking, but also too, who is clocked in and who's clocked out, so that we can move the orders within the portal to the person that would best be able to efficiently do that job, okay? And then I mentioned a little bit about geofencing. We can track that as well. So when people go into a job site, it clocks them in, and when they leave a job site, it clocks them out. So we always know that we have the most accurate time. It's going to flow back to our back-end system so we can update payroll, and we're going to save time and we're going to save money based on mobile timekeeping. So from there, what we can do is we can also go through job dispatching. So with job dispatching, this is going to be all in one portal. So what we're going to see within this portal is all of our work orders that we have for the day. We're going to be able to assign those out to people in the field while they're at home sleeping. We'll get that order out to them. So as soon as they get into their truck and they're on their way to the job, they look at their device before they start the car, of course, and they look through their work orders for the day. Work orders will be all listed there. They're going to have exactly where they're going, turn-by-turn directions. They're going to have what they're going to do at the place when they get there, who they should talk to, and any other resources that they might need in that pre-filled out dispatch that can make that job easier and more accurate and more successful, and keep that professional look that we want our people out in the field to have, obviously. So all of that within the portal to get all the jobs out. Then on the app itself for them to start working through the jobs. Now let's say we get an emergency job that comes in and we need to send that out to somebody. We can do that a few different ways. We're going to grab that order. We're going to look into our mobile timekeeping. We're going to find that person that's on the clock at this time. Then we're going to look into our tracking, which is a map that shows exactly who the closest person is to that emergency job. And we're going to send the right person out there, saving money, saving gas, doing all that stuff that we want to do when we're trying to dispatch. Who's available, who's the closest, and who should I get to that job. Another thing that it can do too is we can create groups within that too. So if we have certain skill sets, these are my installers, these are my guys that are going to go into industrial, these are the guys that are going to go into residential. So as soon as I find this new order that I'm going to send out, is it a branch circuit? Is it a dedicated circuit that I'm going to go out there to install or to inspect? Oh, I have this person that is really good at branch circuit. This person's really good at dedicated circuit. So I know who I'm going to send it out to. Not only the closest person, but the best person for the job, right? Even if we have an industrial situation, we have a 6 circuit or a 2+2 circuit, you know, who is the right person for that job? We can easily know that within the groups that we create based on their skill sets. Save time, save money, everybody's happy. And we get the right person on the job so we get a great customer experience as well. So we do that a lot through wireless forms. These forms are awesome. What they can do is they can take anything that right now that you're using paper for, they can digitize them. Not only does that save you on paper and ink, what it also does is save you on mistakes, errors, not filling out it properly, not putting in the right pricing, forgetting the customer to sign. We got to go back out to the customer. All those things that paper does that digital forms don't do, they do it a lot better. So we make it required that they have to sign it. We want a picture of the beginning of the job, the end of the job. We want to prove to that customer that we did our job and everything's working right. That circuit panel's all set, it's all got all the information on it, it's tagged right, we got that picture, we send it out. Great for customer experience when they get that receipt that shows that as well. But not only getting rid of all that paper stuff that would mess up what we're doing day in, day out, but adding more things, adding pictures, adding QR scans, adding signatures, adding mobile payments, all these different things that paper form can't do. Digital forms will do that for you. So let's say you're sending somebody out to a job and they need a certain schematic to make sure that you know, the amperage info is right, the load balancing is right, whatever information you need to do, all inside this form. They don't need to click on anything else besides our app, and they have everything that they do right there in front of them to make sure that they're the most successful on that job as possible. So wireless forms is one of the biggest features that people purchase us for. It's because we really digitally transform their business when it comes to changing from paper forms to digital forms. So another thing that we can do as far as the app itself is text and notifications. So let's say you've got your team and they're out in the field and they're doing an inspection on a certain electrical panel for one of your biggest customers. And they come back with one of the questions on here, say, hey, is this amperage correct on this thing? And they say no to that form. As soon as they say no in that question, we automatically get a text message to somebody in the field that's a supervisor, somebody back at the office. Hey, we've got a real big problem here. I need to make sure that everybody knows when this certain thing happens within the forms themselves, or maybe it's even a tracking. You've got an asset of yours and it's supposed to be in a certain area and all of a sudden it's out of that area. Maybe it's being stolen, something's happening. You need to know about that right then and there, and you've got your breadcrumb tracking so that you make sure that that asset stays in your company assets. It doesn't get stolen. So all those are things of text and notifications. I can also get a notification when I have a new work order that just got put in. I got a notification when that work order changed. Let's say in the morning I send out a work order, but I have to change it. It's at a different address. I pull that form back as an admin, I change it, and I resend it out. Now it comes up on that person's device saying, hey, you've got a new updated form. So let's get started on that job now. So no matter what you want to get a text and notification of, whatever alerts that you want, even if it's too fast, some vehicles going too fast, you can do that on our product. So you're managing your people, you're protecting your company, your brand loyalty that you have out in the field. It's your name on that truck. You want to make sure that that truck is doing the things that it's supposed to be doing. And if it's not, we need to hold people accountable for that. They're on the clock, they've got your asset, right? So from there, we've got the GPS tracking. Talked a little bit kind of about that already. What that is pretty much is GPS, not only handset tracking, so we know where our handsets are when they're on the clock, but we also know where all of our trucks and assets are at any given time. Are we idling too much? Are we speeding out in the field? Have we been at a job too long? You can see there on the screen. I can see a day in the life of my electrician right there on the right side of the screen. When they started, when they ended, where they went, how long it took them to get there, all those kind of things. And not to think of this as, I'm tracking my people, but they are on the clock and they are representing your company. So it's always important to make sure that you have some accountability there when it comes to tracking our employees out in the field. So from there, what we're going to do now is we're going to look over some of the additional features that we can offer to our customers, to our employees as well, sorry. And also exactly what they can do with the app itself. You can see there on the right how the app looks. Looks real simple on the front, but what it can do in the background is, limitless. It can have calculations, you can have all that stuff. So what we can do is we can take mobile payments. None of that calling back into the office again and running the credit card over, talking about it over the phone, those type of things, which customers sometimes get weird about. I can do it all within the actual form that I'm filling out. So it's awesome. Right then and there, I know I get paid. I can turn around my invoice a lot quicker. I also have all of the information that I can put in there to make sure that my job has the information that it needs. It's all priced out well, those type of things. We can have barcodes and QR codes in there. So if we have our people going through to inspect maybe a job, each room that they go into, we can have a barcode in that room so we know that they went into that room because they scanned it. If we have parts that we need to scan, we can put those barcodes or those QR codes within the actual app itself to pull up that information into the form, or just to pull up additional information that our technicians need to see. And what's really cool when we do this too, we can also white label our product as well. So when you're actually in it and we turn it around to show a customer kind of something that we're doing for them, it'll have the name of your company on the top too. So it always looks like it's native to your device, not some third-party company that you're kind of using in the background. It looks like it's your information. So this is kind of one of our case studies here. And what this is a company that we sold a few years ago that's been using us religiously. We've processed thousands of forms a day for them. What they do with our product is they use this for wireless phones. So all the things that we talked about, safety inspections, checklists, they make sure that everything is checked properly when it comes to any of the inspections that they're doing. You can see down there on the left-hand side a real quick look at our portal. That's my admin managing what everybody is doing throughout the day, which jobs they're currently working on. This company uses that to know exactly where they are at in real time, what jobs have been done and what jobs have not been done. Who do I need to move this? 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I need to move this job that's not done to somebody else now. That's how this company uses us. They're really big on photo capture, so that's huge. They use our intra-company messaging to get information out to their team. And the good thing about that intra-company messaging, it's outside of text messages, it's inside the app. So you have records as a business owner of what is going on out in the field and how the communication is going, HR perspective, or just to run that business. Wireless forms they'll use, the GPS tracking they use for all of their equipments and vehicles to make sure that they're secure at all times. And then they also want to make sure that their wire racks and their power generators are always being tracked so they don't get stolen. And if they do get stolen, I know where they're at. So those are just some of a look at in general the features that we have. So think of our product here as being something that's all in one platform to do a lot of things. We have people that want to use forms, want to use dispatching, but then a few months later they want to add timekeeping. So we have the ability to not only make our product accessible for 1 or 2 features or for all of the features, you can kind of plug and play exactly what you want when it comes to this product. So it's really good to have kind of that one company that can do a lot of different things for you. We all know software companies out there, and we pick and choose different things that we need. We can do it all for you. So from there, I know everybody's concerned always is, I've got issues within, deploying at other companies. We have issues with software in general. It's too hard to understand. I can't get it up and working. My people won't use it. I need them to get trained. We do all that for you. So most places there you have to learn yourself, or you have big fees that you have to pay to get up and running. With us, you don't. It's all included. So we're going to get on the phone with you. We're going to get all of your forms. We're going to digitize them for you. We're going to help you from beginning to end, fully deploy what we have for you. We're going to set up it. We're going to help you get trained so you can manage it. We're always going to be here for you, customer service wise. If you have issues along the way, we're going to help you set up an API. We have open API, so we're definitely going to help you set that up. We're going to get your team trained up. We're going to train your users. We're going to get it to a quick deployment so that we're not doing this for 3 or 4 months. We're doing this in 3 or 4 days, and really getting you into this ROI discussion and getting it started on saving and creating more revenue. Realize that you're going to have a huge new data digital flow that we're going to do, but we're there with you. We're going to help you through it, and we're going to back up our product with Mobile Workforce Plus. So feel confident in that. We're going to help you along the way. All right, so from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go into the questions section here, and I'm going to turn it kind of over to Ken here real quick. Ken, did we have any questions that came in?
Absolutely, and thank you. So we've got a handful of questions. If any of you still have a question, go ahead and put that into the question widget. I think we should be able to get through them all, but we've got a few here so far. So the first one says, we contract out personnel to patrol buildings where we install systems. Is there a way your solution can help our guards do rounds?
Yeah, definitely. So this is a real good thing for us. So what we can do is we can create an inspection form so that people can go around and check the different areas and make sure everything is good. And like I said on our presentation, using a QR code at every section that we want to make sure that our inspectors look at, they have to scan that QR code, tells me that they're in that area, so that's good. Then they can put in any information there, what's going on with the amperage, what's going on with the system, the control panel, anything like that. They can put all that information in there. So we can require them to do QR codes to make sure they're in the right place. We can require them to take pictures of certain items. And then what we can do is we can set those alerts and those notifications. So anytime that either that person puts in a response that we need to be alerted to right away, we get. But also too, I want to get an alert if that person does not go to that certain areas. does not fill out a certain question on there. Did they actually inspect what we wanted them to inspect? So yeah, it's a great thing for the guards to do when anytime they're patrolling the buildings, but even more importantly for the electrical space, for those inspectors that are going through there, we get those alerts and we know what's going on. Yeah, so great question.
Yeah, good. And another one, this is a good question too, I think. Is there a way we can require people outside of the company to fill a portion of a compliance form and then we complete the form?
Yeah, definitely. So we can do that a couple ways. We talked about the ability to show the customer our tablet or whatever device we're using when we're in the field because it's got our brand on there, our electrical company logo on there. So within that, what we can do as well is we can have them start a form themselves to exactly what we want them to fill out. So let's say we want to do a customer service form, or like a forgetting the word right now, like somebody that wants to do a make sure we did a good job, right? So we turn it around to the customer, they go ahead and fill out the information that they want to fill out on there to make sure that we did what we said we were going to do. They agree that everything that we did is good for them, and then they can go ahead and sign that. So that can be within the form, or that can be outside the form on an actual website. So the second thing that we can do is after we help that customer, we can send them to a website that will allow them to do a public form, fill out exactly their experience and everything. Then when they submit that, it goes to us as a form, and then that goes to a certain person or place or wherever that the person can follow up, whether it's simple as calling the customer back and saying, hey, great job, thank you for doing that survey, I'm glad everything went well, or hey, what didn't go well, we're gonna fix it for you. So public forms within the form itself, within the tablet that the employee is carrying, or on the website. Any way that will work and that flow stays the same, still digital.
Okay, and then we've got a question about tracking assets. So it says, what kind of options do you have for vehicle tracking, and what devices are compatible? And what about, let's see, sorry, what about tracking like expensive tools and stuff? So basically like their assets, you know, like, is there any way to track those things?
Yeah, definitely. So we can use the tracking with a few different ways. We can use the tracking with having the person tracking the mobile device that's within the truck or the vehicle itself, so we can track that way. But we also do have wired harnesses that we can track in there too, which will give a lot of the information from the vehicle itself, diagnostic type information, speeding, idling, things like that. And then we also have asset trackers. So these trackers will ping us every 30 seconds, every 5 minutes, whatever you want, to tell us that they're in the right place at all times. So the devices could be OBD, they could be actual wired harnesses. There's lots of different devices that we can do for that, depending on the vehicle that we're actually going to be tracking or on the asset. And these are great ways to make sure that you protect your asset and you make sure you protect your brand and your brand and what people think about you out in the field. So yeah, good question.
Okay, great. Looks like we've got one more that just came in. It says, we have hundreds of paper forms we use across all areas of the company. How do we go about creating digital forms from each of those paper forms?
Awesome. Okay, great. So this is, like I said, our biggest thing that we do, right, is we take paper and we turn it into digital forms. So what we do is that deployment process that I mentioned before. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these forms from you. We're going to digitize them for you. We're going to teach you how to go in and change these digital forms in case a question changes, in case a required or not required question needs to be added, anything like that. So we're going to start by creating the forms for you and showing you how to do it. We're going to make you very good at changing the forms on the fly when you want to, but we're also, of course, going to be here on the customer service side in case you get stuck on any of those things. So we're going to digitize them for you. We're going to make sure that all your people can use it out there, and we're going to be good enough at the follow-up on the after to make sure that those forms are working properly for you and you feel well taken care of when it comes to managing these forms. So yeah, definitely we'll be able to do that for you.
Great, sounds good. Hey, Jonathan, thank you so much for your time and for your information, and thank you everyone for attending. I hope you got some good information, useful information from today's presentation. And please let us know if you have any questions or concerns or need to go into additional information on anything we covered today. The website address as well as the phone number is there on the screen. Take note of that and contact us if you need to. And until next time, thank you very much and have a great day.